My name is Rhapsody, welcome back. It's a Monster Train. It's time to go in with the Awoken, Covenant 1. What do you got for me, game? We'll devour my spells, but we start with 3 different spells in the deck that have Consume on them, that we will have the ability to remove Consume, likely, over the course of the entire run, and then keep those in the final fight. Having a final fight where you have just like a Wildwood Sap that has, Consume removed from it, and you just constantly play it, is pretty good, it turns out. Invigorating Solution is only going to be really good if I have, like, a bunch of other spells that are low cost. Otherwise, it's not going to be great. In the final fight, at the absolute least. Let's look at the Hersal Sword first. Demons gain multi-strike, definitely. It's extremely powerful. I'll take the spikes here for some early damage. Demons gain multi-strike, and having 2 Ascends in the deck at the same time, to me, says, like, set up on the top floor, overstack the top floor with a bunch of demons that have a bunch of damage, but no health. They enter with armor 6. They'll still die against my spikes, to be honest, though. Unit banner gives us an early unit. That could give us an early demon. Like, it's really important that I take this, even if I end up taking a little bit of damage in order to do so. Okay. 1 down. Nothing I can really do here other than Invigorating Solution, specifically looking to draw the regen cards. Doesn't seem like a great idea. Okay. So if I kill before the 2 can reach the top, we're fine here. And we do. Beautiful. Alright, so we take no damage and we still get this. We could only have done this by picking up spikes. I feel like a lot of the time I'm, like, even when I'm not going for a spikes build, I'm kind of harangued into picking up spikes early just so that I can get through the first fight. Spreading Spores. Really? I mean, if you got to offer me Spreading Spores in the first place, and we've got Great Trader devouring our spells, I'll take it and try and upgrade it, but, like, I'm not going to be happy about it. I'm not going to take any of these. That's our Horned Warrior. Thorned Hollow, though! Horned Warrior, we need it right now. We'll take a Thorned Hollow later if we need it, but the Horned Warrior has the multi-strike. It's exactly what we need right now. Hopefully we have Hellhorned unit. Dang it. Hellhorn's unit on the same side as the Merchant of Magic is what I was hoping for there. When's my next Merchant of Magic? It's in the next area, but if I get, like, if I get really good Merchant of Magic stuff here, I can actually dupe. Consume removal on Wildwood Sap, double stack on Wildwood Sap or the regenerate Spreading Spores. So what? Over here, multi-strike is good for me. Quick is good for me. Endless is bad. Large Stone is good, but only because I have the hidden passages. Permafrost is garbage for me, right? Yeah, Permafrost is garbage for me. There's more that I can get over here. And especially, like, if I get, like, really good upgrades on the Horned Warrior, I'll actually dupe that in the next area. Okay. We did get quick. Good. Great pickup there. Another Horned Warrior. Oh, no. Alpha Friend. Every time it has multi-strike already, and it gets plus damage every time it strikes. It's a really good way to end up with a very powerful minion there. I think I give it quick. Yeah, it's a lot better at dealing with thorned enemies. Okay. Okay. This is a weird one, but we might end up just running 2 win conditions. Like, we might just end up, like, really early with, like, a good Alpha Friend deck. And then after that, just upgrade the spells, Spreading Spores later. Got him. Honestly, I don't really need to worry much at all in this fight. We're gonna be completely fine. There we go. I wanted to set up on the bottom floor there so that I didn't have to deal with a bunch of Scourges. Brings a sharp edge, Pyagro and Snap. Pyagro? No. Brings a sharp edge, no, and Snare. Kinda? Yeah, we'll take it. Leave an enemy on the same floor as your highest damage dealing minion, effectively, is what that says. So we go to the Merchant Magic this time? I was thinking about duping the Alpha Friend here. We've got 2 hidden passages, so what is like Alpha Friend hidden passage to the top floor, Alpha Friend hidden passage to the top floor. Both of them have the Hellvent Caverns. I don't think all of those minions are no, but when there's 140s out on the fields, they'll all get to attack. And they're quick, so they're definitely going to attack first over the Sentient. Having 2 of them stacked up on the same floor is pretty good. Okay, I'm going to go for the Concealed Cavern first. Just in case I desperately want to dupe what I get from this instead. Yeah, it's possible. Multi-strike would probably be what I'm looking for here. We have a Spreading Spores as well as 2 Wildwood Sap, so I'll remove a Restore. Yeah, there are more Hellhorn cards that benefit me here. Last Stand. We don't have anything that benefits from that. That's fine. There are whiffs in both the pool that we could have drawn. Both the item pools, rather, that we could have drawn. No. Maybe I should have taken a Shattered Shell there just to... Yeah, I should have taken the Shattered Shell just to, like, carry it along in the deck to upgrade it later. Dupe any card except for my champion. It's Alpha Friend, right? Is it still Alpha Friend? Yeah, it's still Alpha Friend. 2 quick Alpha Friends with multi-strike is... Mwah. Very good. Okay. So you 2 up on top floor. You do your sap. Play the Train Steward there. I'm looking for Alpha Friend and Ascend next turn. 1 Alpha Send, please. There we go. And send him. Great. That just means that I have another Alpha Friend to put on that floor and wait for the next Ascension. Hey, there you are, friend. Let's get one of you down. It's gonna be a while before I draw the next Ascend, though. Keep you there, spreading spores, and then regen. I just want to get more regen on that target. Heal it up, make sure it's okay. Looks like I'll be taking 6 damage this round. Oh no, wait, with the bomb as well? That's lethal. Never mind, we can ascend. All is right with the world. Beautiful. I feel like I basically got my deck together at this point, to be honest. Out on you, another end snare. I mean, I kind of do want them to come up to the top floor as quickly as possible here. Do I need it? Yeah, it doesn't really make any difference here for us as to whether or not we try and ascend Daedalus there. Great. Wait, is Daedalus even gonna get an attack off? Yeah, it looks like a no on the whole is Daedalus going to attack thing. Beautiful. Additional... No, we're overstacking using Ascension, so we don't need, like, the extra capacity. Extra energy. Yeah. I'll stand, Spike the Hellhorn, Unleash the Wildwood. Probably none of these. Unleash the Wildwood a little bit, maybe, though. Just because it can heal up Alpha Friends after they take a bunch of damage to... yeah, I'll take an Unleash the Wildwood. After they take a bunch of damage to Spikes. You know what? I'm also going to take a Vine Mother here just to card it through with the deck. Yeah. For the sake of getting a minion made gold. That's what the goal right now for the series is. Try and make all of my minions gold. No, all of my cards gold. Merchant of Magic. Merchant of Steel. So Multi-Strike is really good. Quick is still really good because it hits the Hellhorn. Multi-Strike or Quick. Large Stone is really good as well. Remove 2 cards from the deck and gain an Awoken unit. So the remove 2 cards is probably like, 2 restores there, especially considering we just picked up the Wildwood. The other side gives us the ability to, like, permafrost a Hidden Passage, so I always have it on the right time for an Alpha Friend Ascend. Gives us the ability to obviously double stack or lower cost on the Spreading Spores. Lower cost on Unleash the Wildwood. Double stack Consume Removal. So, like, double stack, Consume Removal, and permafrost are all pretty good over this side. Over this side, only Large Stone, Quick, and Multi-Strike. Well, never mind, so 3 on each. Endless is like a giant whiff over this side. Over this side, is there any giant whiff over this side? I think there isn't. But this one has 2 minion removal. Like, the Pyre health does nothing for me at the moment. 50 coins is 50 coins. It's quite small. Yeah, this at least gives me 2 minion removal, as well as possibly an Awoken unit that I cart through to the end of the game. Thorned Hollow. I'll take the Thorned Hollow, actually, here. Should I? No, the build doesn't actually need it. Let's remove a Restore. Maybe another Restore? Yeah, another Restore. Multi-Strike. Okay, Multi-Strike definitely goes on one of the Alpha Friends. They'll get way buff way faster. Do I also want to upgrade the other one to get extra damage earlier? No, I want to leave it with a slot open. Let's also actually remove 2 cards here. Let's get a Restore and a Ch out of here. Random selection of artifacts as well as the Hell Vent looks pretty good next floor. So does the other side, actually. Both of the next areas are quite tempting. -1 energy per turn for a random artifact. Well, we took the extra energy previously, so we're not locked out of any play like an Alpha Friend Ascend on the same turn or anything like that. So I feel pretty comfy with this. Okay. Let's end Snare first. What are you hasting everyone to the top floor? I'm okay with those coming to the top floor. Am I? I'm okay with those coming to the top floor. Okay, if those are coming to the top floor, I want to play you there. And then the Horned Warrior. I don't want to play in Snare because I don't want to draw into a Hidden Passage that I can't play. Okay, there's a good Hidden Passage. 1 strike, 2 strike, 3 strike. Enemy hits, I don't hit back. Collector disappears. I can ascend the Collector. Get it to die to the last Pyre. In fact, I will do that. Uses extra gold. Then I'll just sack 2 units here. Frontliner at least. Hidden passage is nice, right? Yeah, hidden passage is fine. Up you go. And in fact, I do want enemies to come to the top floor as soon as possible, so I'm not even gonna torch anyone there. I think I have spreading spores still left in the deck at this point. That's a no. That's a you were mistaken, Ryan. Okay. Unfortunately, having that many minions means that I can't play the Alpha Friend on the second floor, so I probably won't have the ability to ascend it here either. A little bit annoying, but it happens. There's hidden passage still left in there, so if I actually ascend one of you and then Alpha Friend, I can then try and... Never mind. I shouldn't have played that card. I would have guaranteed that I had a hidden in the next hand. I still ended up with a hidden in the next hand, but it wasn't guaranteed, you know? I'm gonna let him haste to the top floor. It's just faster. Hey, bud. There we go. Oh, they're just so friendly. Impsicle? I mean, fine. It doesn't interrupt because it's not like taking one of my draws in order to play. Adaptive mutation. No. Engraft, maybe? I already have a lot of things that I want to hit with cost reduction, so taking Engraft specifically because cost reduction would be good isn't that great. Although holdover on Engraft is pretty good, especially if I can get cost reduction, just an extra energy every turn. I'll take it. Important work is playable every single turn because of the imp cycle. It's just, do I have anything that I want to spend that energy on? Maybe. I have a lot of draw in the deck. Sure. Giving important work holds over here would be hilarious. Just every single turn, sack an imp, get a bunch of extra energy. Officer random selection of artifacts has got a little better there because the pickup of fallen ashes, ashes of the fallen would be incredible. Let me go over this way though. Permafrost. Ugh. Permafrost is one of the ones I wanted least to. Let's cost reduce the spreading spores. I'm actually going to remove the last stand from the deck. There's no way I'm going to end up putting rage in this deck. I'm not going to spend the rest of my money here though. And these two removals. These two removals both feel like maybe train stewards. They're taking up space where I need to put other minions at the moment. Revenge draw 1. Oof. I mean, most of our damage does come out of the Alpha Friends, so extra draw just gets me to, you know, make important work and... Yeah, it's definitely Revenge draw 1. Definitely. Hey. Non-boss enemy units gain multi-strike. I'm okay with that. Oftentimes, they won't attack at all. Yeah, all of these still only get one strike off before the thorns kill them. 2. Let's go. Vine Mother. Actually, how do I want to play this? Maybe I set up a Welder Helper and a Horned Warrior on the bottom floor here? Sure. I don't need the Horned Warrior on the top floor, honestly, if I just have both the Alpha Friends up there. So I can make 2 split floors at this point. This will kill 3 minions for me as well. And then give me a sting to be able to kill 1 manually next turn. Important work sacrifice. Basically, you had the exact same turn again. Thank you. Oh no, we've got the Clip Guardian in the background. That's going to be changing that dynamic for us there. Okay. In the background. Oh my, it's just in the background of the video, eh? Hang on. What do we want to do here now? Definitely don't. I definitely want to let them attack first. These two getting to the next floor is fine, actually. It just feeds the alpha friends. Honestly, having my bottom floor wiped out here is not that bad. It could be a lot worse. All right, wipe out my bottom floor. I also don't desperately want that many stings in my deck. I need to free up space to play my imps. Legend game. Nice. I'd play that on the top floor if I could, but I can't, so I won't. Okay. I'll unleash the Wildwood there, sure. So those two units try to attack first, and then the Sycophants go afterwards. If the Sycophants die early, then I give the enemy way too much damage here. So what do I want? I think, honestly, what I want might be get you out of there. Give you some business. Those double torches actually prevented a slay trigger. Yeah, that probably wasn't excellent. By probably wasn't excellent, I mean definitely wasn't. And by definitely wasn't, I'm actually back to probably wasn't. That's what I meant. I know, it's a weird and wacky wasteland. Hang on. What are we... I think we're now just sacrificing the two bottom floors. I think that's what we're on. Yes, I probably could have saved my Horn Demon there by sending it and then just sending it again next turn. It's true. You're not wrong. I don't really think that's necessary to do here, but it would have worked. You're right. Okay. 3 copies of Spreading Spore. Oh my god, this is actually going to work, isn't it? I'm going to ensnare one of you off of the same floor as the Self-Made Harpy, so it will not trigger the the Extinguish and give +2 damage to Self-Made Harpy. That's not going to matter, by the way. I'm fully aware that's not going to matter at all, but it is just best practices, so it's something that I should keep in mind for the future. Okay, I'll even ascend it this turn so I don't have to have them go at the same time. I just don't want them to die on the same floor for the Extinguish trigger there. Regen, ensnare, engraft, regen. Yep. I'm liking this a lot, something I've been doing a lot more commonly in recent episodes, and I noticed myself doing it a lot more when I was doing like the higher ascensions in... Ooh, Root Split Mask is so good for this build. I noticed it a lot when I was doing the higher ascensions in Slay the Spire for the first time, is I've started to build multiple win conditions into the deck rather than just a single one that I focus extremely around, and then whether or not that works is whether or not I win. This allows me to protect myself against certain different combats against which certain win conditions don't work. Apply Rooted to enemy units whenever they enter the room below the Pyre floor. Gives me more time to wail on them, frankly. Cycle of Life? I mean, I do want it. Another important work, sure. I have an imp every single turn. I was hoping previously to give the important work a holdover, but it's fine. This'll do. Gain an artifact, forge my units. There's everything that I want to forge from my units right now, but I'm going to go over here. Remove 2 cards from the deck as well as the Concealed Cavern. It's pretty great. Let's look at the artifacts first, then the Concealed Cavern. Rage, have none of that. Magic Power, have none of that. Cleansing Water, none of that. Well, I mean, we can take it, but it's not going to be great for us. Give me a card that I can take to the end of the battle. No, that's not a card I can take to the end of the battle. That'll probably just be a bigger train suit if I had to guess. Let's make you... I mean, I could give it to like either of these and then only play them in the final fight, which this is a play that I definitely want to make at some point. It's not necessary at this point at all, and getting that train suit out of the deck makes us more powerful right now. So I'll definitely do this for the moment, but I have my eye towards actually using that event in kind of like what I imagine is the more intended way. I'll take the Cleansing Water, despite the fact that it's not excellent. It's also not garbage. I mean, it'll purge some of these sycophants. They'll come in with 3 rage, 2 rage? No, they come in with 2 rage themselves, and then they might get purged. Okay, this is actually unfortunate. I'm still going to set up on floor 1 because I still don't want enemies to come up to the top floors to meet me. Really? Did I have to get the other important work right now? That'd have to be the case. Just checking. Bottom floor isn't going to get raged again next turn, so we're feeling a lot better now. Give him the sap, give him the cycle of life, give him the spreading spores, throw a Pyre Chomper out on this floor as well. Throw you up there as well. So I've got 2 floors that I'm basically stacking on at this point. Looks like it. That'll do. Yeah, I definitely didn't need to set up on the bottom floor here. I was fearful of units that haven't even managed to turn up. It's only in the Scourge fight you get Scourges here. Okay, cool. Important work definitely for the sacrifice. Played in the front line so that I don't have it in the next turn as well. Hey, Unleash the Wild War, we finally got it. Everything's okay with the world again. I mean, should I get the Vine Mother up behind them? Doesn't really matter that much. Right. Okay, now I'm gonna double ascend you so that my units actually have something to hit. With all of these statues down, we should be able to end the fight pretty quickly. You've got Incant whenever I cast a spell on floor, gain 10 armor. That's annoying. But I can't just not cast my spells. And most of them do need to be cast on that floor specifically as well, so... That'll do. Important work. Good. I love just having a couple important works and like I feel like every time I get imps, I try and make an imp deck, whereas I should just be comfortable with, you know, having a normal deck. It's fine. Normal deck and just a couple imps in there as spells, because that's effectively what they are. They're just like, they're small modifier spells. The fact that they have Impsicle and Summon of the, Ashes of the Fallen gives you the ability to make them a build, but they don't have to necessarily be the build. I'm learning. Great. Jump. Oh, hello, boss. I'm just gonna give myself all the HP this side of Sunday, if you don't mind. You best believe that if you do mind, I'm still gonna do it. All right. Extra card draw this turn, I think. Yeah, extra card draw. We have the energy actually from the important works consistently here. I'm also going to take One Horn Tome, actually. Impressive is nice, but oftentimes, like, it's deal 15 damage to the front enemy unit. Oftentimes, our floors are full. Like, we don't actually have the ability to play an Imp and then Imp sacrifice it on the floor that we actually have enemies on. One Horn's Tome is pretty much always going to be good for us here. Also, it means One Horn's Tome has a couple different upgrade routes that would be really, really good for us. Obviously, like, Double Stack is really good and Consume Removal are both really good on it. Cost Reduction is also really good on it. Another event to Removal and Minion, I think, here. Just because, like, duping a card... What would I even dupe right now? Spreading Spores, probably? Yeah, it's not that excellent. Large Stone. Okay. I've been looking for one of these. Put that on the Horned Warrior. Yep. Okay. I'm happy to give you pretty much all of my health at this point. 50-50, 75-25, 75-25, 75-25, 75-25, 75-25. Every time I did that, near the end there was 75-25. I swear I fail that event more than statistically likely. Thankfully, it's not too expensive for us. Regen resource plus 1 health per stack, fine. Honestly, I probably should have maybe thought about not taking that event there, because if that event gave me specifically the volatile gauge, I wouldn't be able to turn it down, and I would be randomizing the cost of all of my draws, which, like, if my impressive work costs extra energy, or important work rather takes extra energy, I'm kind of just screwed, just like a little screwed, just like a bit screwed though. Honestly, these Wildwood Saps are no longer great in this deck. What with the Spreading Spores already in here and the Unleash the Wildwood. Next area. I should have checked the next area first. That's my bad. That's my bad. Non-boss enemy units gameplay. 8 additional damage. This could be a problem. If I set up on top floor, important work consistently. It's just if any of them can deal more than 45 damage in a single turn, we're in a really bad position. But no, I have quick on both. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. And I want the artifact a lot. Obviously, there's like a lot of spike artifacts that are really good for us at this point. Draw artifacts would also be like really appreciated, game. If you just like, please. Welder Helper, I'll sack you. And grow off the draw. Okay, so I want both of my alpha friends on the top floor here, I think. Yeah, so we go... Alpha friends, alpha friend, alpha ascends. Alpha Randy mobile. And then... I'm timed out. Dang it. I was trying to find a way to include multi-striking somehow there for a word that ended in END, but I timed out. It's fine. It happens. That's what happens when you set yourself up for a joke consistently without knowing whether or not you'll necessarily be able to actually, do it. Sometimes you'll end up with this result. That's fine. Chomp. Eat. And then send you to the top floor, and life is good. Perfect. Yeah, it's done. Build's all done. I'd like an important work. How many do I have? One's still left in the deck. Okay. Solution finds it. Beautiful. Welder helper. Drop another welder helper behind you. Sack the one that was behind you. Vine Mother? I want to sack that. I actually don't want that in play. Cycle of Life for the extra HP. And spread your spores and fly, baby. These enemy having thorns would actually be like tragic for us. Ooh, that's a lot of curses you just put in my next hand, I'm pretty sure. Thankfully, the important work will give me the ability to definitely play him. Got him. Let's just keep you on the bottom floor if we can. Engraft. Throw another one. Good. Honestly, this root split mask is huge for us. Turns out it kind of looks like it may have even been necessary. I thought it was just like, you know, the icing atop the cake, but looking pretty crucial at this point. That'll do. That will definitely do. Throw those out, and then a welder helper that I will immediately sacrifice. Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, like, hang on, how buff? So the frontliner unit here has 58-4, and then you're at 28-2. Yeah, you've had way more opportunities to attack, as you might expect there. Okay, important work. And then I'm going to send you and just kill you this turn. I also wanted to keep that unit away from hitting my own units because it has Ember Drain. If it had Ember Drained me, that wouldn't have been nice. Oh, Transcend Imp. Wait, hang on. I just gave the enemy thorns there. Oops. Thankfully, it doesn't matter at all, but oops. I was just trying to make it a little closer. Stop running up the score on the enemies here. Consume crown. Friendly units gain +2 damage on kill. That's so good. Take another engraft, I guess. No. It's not whether or not the card would be good. It's whether or not the card is good in this deck, or whether or not the deck is better with the card or without the card. I think it's better without the card there. I kind of want to go to the event here, literally just to try and pick up a card that will be new and get made golden, but that's definitely the wrong choice. Rage doesn't cam friendly units gain +3 damage. It's +3 health, sorry. Go for the +3 health. -1 to a cost. I like -1 to a cost. Spreading spores become free. I mean, I always end up with enough energy every turn because of the important work as well. Like, do I need to make that free? Maybe I need to make something else. You know what? You need to become permafrosted so that, like, if I need you, you're there. Right? And screw it. Oh well. Remove another card from the deck. Be Wildwood Sap at this point, to be honest. fine. Extra health is more important here. We provide the spikes ourselves. And the spikes aren't even like the primary source of our damage. All spell cards get consumed. So, we'll lose our cycles of life. We'll lose both of the engrafts. We lose the important works. I wasn't thinking about that. We'll lose the Unleash the Wildwood, but this is fine. We get to keep the Spreading Spores because it adds 2 copies to my discard pile, so I'll just constantly be cycling through those. I only have 2 Ascends here as well, so I am going to need to make sure to use those correctly. 1. You go there because I need you to start multi-striking right now. I'm not going to use the important work yet. I don't need to get rid of that imp yet. Transcend him. We'll leave in the deck definitely until a later point. Let's root you to there. Double engraft just for the draws. Beautiful. Okay, that's all I needed. I needed a hidden passage to get you onto the next floor. Throw an alpha friend behind. He will take the 7 there. Extra energy is nice, though. Let's sack that, actually. Ooh, we even get the hidden passage. Beautiful. That's our top floor completely built. And then 1 more multi-strike there. Yep, we're sorted. Please, y'all, come to the top floor. Please. Pretty please. I'm absolutely begging you, come to the top floor. I'm just going to sack that out. I don't want it anymore. I mean, is that Transcend Imp ever going to be good? Should I just play it out? Because it's in between me and more Spreading Spores in my deck right now. Yeah, it's in between me and more Spreading Spores, sure. Let's play it out. So all of these attack and donate damage to my Thorn unit in the front line there, as well as draw me an extra card. Beautiful. If only we also had Sigiled Steel. I had that in the deck. I could have removed its consume and lowered its cost as well. Would have been very... Well, I mean, how good would it have actually been? Because we cycle through the deck a couple times, and then we have, like, so many Spreading Spores that, like, how often are we actually even going to draw that card? I'm gonna play the Pyre Chomper out basically just because I don't want it anymore. Grig's Goad is like extremely powerful. Like this whole build, it would have been very slow. I probably would have taken more Pyre damage, but it probably still would have worked without Grig's Goad and just going heavily into the Alpha Friends. But I only took the Alpha Friends because I had Grig's Goad. Grig is Goad. Greatest of all demons. Easy, and then it's Pyre Chomper on the bottom floor is fine. So I'm getting a Vine Mother upgraded this run at least. Or rather, giving it a golden border. I mean, like, what are you gonna do to 87 thorns and 67 regen that regens for twice as much HP? What are you gonna do about that? Huh? And you didn't even manage to hit it because my big boys are dealing 100. Oh my good giddy gosh. 102 times 4? Baby. Now that's damage. I wish I had another turn after this. I'm gonna have so many spreading spores in hand. Oh, beautiful. Another thing I really like there is that was like an experiment to actually run a build that was, I mean, it ended up pretty spiked based in a couple of the fights there. But in particular, a spreading spores build where I don't go heavy spikes on the champion. Instead, I go for the draw so that I'm more likely to get back to that card and play it again. It's good. Worked out pretty well, as far as I'm concerned, at least. For the moment, my name is Rhapsody, the name of the game has been Monster Train. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. There's a playlist in the description down below with all of my content of the game, past, present, and future. And hopefully we'll see you next time.